talked about the root causes of this issue of Indigenous women experiencing more violence than any other group of people in this country.
Montrealers gathered at Cabot Square in downtown Montreal to honor the lives of all missing and murdered Indigenous women, girls, and 2 LGBTQ+ people, a day which serves to raise awareness on the issues of violence towards Indigenous women. According to the Assembly of First Nations, Indigenous women are 3 times more likely to be victims of violence than non-Indigenous women.
No pride in genocide!
Since the 231 calls to justice have been released, we haven't seen anything happen. And 231 calls is a lot of calls, and for nothing to actually get accomplished is very sad.
Many calling on the government to review the 231 calls for justice listed in the National Inquiry into Missing and Murdered Indigenous Women and Girls final report, which says federal and provincial governments in Canada need to ensure all 231 steps are taken in order to end the genocide against Indigenous women and girls.
I don't see a lot of movements other than coming from us, like coming from First Nations, Métis, Inuit people, and it's because it affects us directly.
For Autumn Godwin, this National Day of Commemoration hits close to home. Her grandmother went missing and was murdered in 1970.
We try to look at progress. There has been very little progress, so I believe that we need to keep screaming loud and making our voices heard.
When it comes to addressing Indigenous issues, more often than not, the work is being done by Indigenous communities rather than the government.
It's the Indigenous nonprofit organizations that are aware of the issues and create projects and find the funding and tackle them.
In Montreal, Sasha Teman, City News.
Next on